and welcome to our first technically episode of Eat and Serve. I'm Cordelia.
Tate.
We didn't do that last time.
No, but I put the names up.
Yeah, so it counts.
Yeah.
Today we have a very special dish prepared for you. Will you take it away?
Ba-da-ba-ba-boo, ba-da-ba-ba-boo, la-la-la-la, 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 la-la-la. Eat and serve.
Brownies.
Yep.
Get excited.
Yep.
Now, if you're wondering what these ingredients are here, our olive oil and our applesauce. It's actually because we cannot afford eggs or protein because we're malnourished and have no money. So if you would like to help two starving, malnourished college girls reach their goals of eating, please Venmo us and watch us get to make brownies one day with real eggs.
Yeah.
But for now, we're making them with applesauce and olive oil.
Gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere.
40 viewers from last time.
Yes, we love you, 40
guys.
viewers.
Yeah, we don't love the non-viewers.
Yes, if you didn't view, we hate you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, it's okay. We love people joining the fam right now.
We love people joining the fam right now. If you're not joining the fam right now, we hate you.
Welcome to the dinner party, though.
Yes, and our slumber party. Dinner party, slumber party. So, also another thing we have to be candid about. The camera did cut out when we were preparing. So this is our premix brownie. And this pan is actually far too big, so we're just going to pop this in the oven straight on.
But we have more conversation.
Yeah!
And some walnuts.
So we decided we're gonna add these to make it a little bit fun, a little bit crazy.
Crunchy.
Go a little bit crazy there. So please enjoy us prepping those. Oh, there's also only one nutcracker, so we're just gonna have to sit here.
You can have it. You can do it.
Fire. Our first topic of conversation.
Oh, I know these.
I'm trying to remember the piece drop that they.
My poor neighbors. It's a Saturday night.
Is it? They're not there.
Yeah.
They're not there. Speaking of it's a Saturday night, our first topic of conversation for this lovely evening is, okay, we are back at it with the nuts. Sorry about that brief pause, brief interruption.
Yes. What was our next? Our parties.
Parties! Speaking of being alone on Saturday night, cooking.
We're together.
Well, we're together. And we're with you.
Of course. And you're with us.
I can't do this. I'm not really a gym girl. Wouldn't describe myself as such.
This?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about it. No need.
We can switch.
No. Okay, I can handle this.
No, I was going to say, you can take this nut.
Yeah, maybe this nut. Maybe it's just a nut.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to have to cut that.
So parties. I'm adding nothing.
So parties.
I'm a big fan of dinner parties. And
Me
I
too.
really, really wish that people our age could throw dinner parties more. But we don't really have the resources for it, like in our defense. Like homes or dinners or friends or kitchens or tables.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is real life right now.
So.
Oh, she says a little dark, that one. I don't know.
This one's fun.
Because sometimes they taste funny if they're dark.
This one tastes fine.
Fine or funny?
Fine.
Oh, perfect.
But I really like dinner parties. I like themed dinner parties too.
A poker night, I would love
Ooh,
that.
a poker night is good. We were talking about a little paint and sip.
Yeah.
Big fan of that idea.
Yeah.
Jazz clubs. Big fan. I don't know
Tea
if that's
parties.
Tea parties. I also think about this all the time. Women should bring back like social clubs.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how women would have their own private social clubs where they could like talk amongst themselves?
Like the planning for the Seneca Falls convention when all the girls were just like getting their little tea and they were like,
Yes!
the system is messed up.
100%. Like, I do think we need to bring that back. Like those female spaces. Like, I also think it would be so sick if you were just like almost just had like a really powerful women's club. Like a female senator and like female writer with a sauna.
Like we need to like establish a place with a sauna because I feel like good talks always happen in saunas.
I think you just don't want to go to a sauna.
Yes, like that too, but like I feel like if we like pick a place where it's like, oh yeah, and then the ladies from the sauna, you know, like that's like how we know each other.
The ladies from the sauna is what we'll call ourselves? I don't think that's...
No, like to stay like discreet, like
Stay discreet.
Well, wait, are we planning a revolution?
Well, we can't tell them that. Hey, we can't say that on the camera. We are not planning a revolution. But if we were, meet us at the sauna.
That's how you know us.
That's all you need to
Our
know.
online subreddit chat room.
Called the sauna.
Yeah, we're gonna know each other from the sauna.
Yeah.
Oh, who are you talking to? Oh, who are you emailing? Oh, just one of the ladies from the sauna.
Yeah, just go to the sauna later.
Yeah. See, like, bring that back.
Bring the sauna back. Sauna, we miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be fire, and I really want to start one of those when I'm older and in a position of power.
Oh, yeah.
Parties. Anyway.
Yeah.
I also love, like, parties with themed foods.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, like if you have, like, an all-purple theme, or,
Yes.
like, a nut theme, or cheese theme, or...
Yeah, and we've been discussing this, because that's actually kind of how Eat and Serve happened. Because we
Yes.
were like, oh, we should have a fondue party. Oh, we should have, like,
Right.
all this stuff. And then we were like, well...
We should
you
just,
know.
like, make little foods, like, once a week.
Exactly. Like, one of the... But we were also thinking for, like, every holiday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we were thinking of having an
unfortunately,
every holiday party.
Like, for Pearl Harbor, we were going to do, like, pearls and girls. Just,
Yes.
like, wear lots of pearls and, like, eat fancy foods.
Because poor Pearl Harbor. We can't...
No, it's because everyone forgets about Pearl Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not... How often do you think about Pearl Harbor?
More now. More recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's true.
But
I don't think about
I
Pearl
feel like
Harbor as
every
much
year.
as I should.
Tell me, say right now, when is Pearl Harbor Day?
When is it? Do you know?
December 6th?
Really?
11th? 6th?
That's poor placement.
6th, I think. I don't think they chose when to bomb
Just
Hawaii.
saying, that's
Like
poor
that?
placement.
I mean, someone did.
Very
but-
close to Christmas. How am I supposed to remember it?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But see, it always gets overshadowed, and like I feel like we need to just like restore, you know, something. about
Restore
it.
order to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How many nuts do we need?
I'm gonna mix this one in.
Do you want a lot?
I mean, we can have a decent amount. Yeah. We'll just see where the wind takes us. Have you ever seen the Pocahontas movie?
When I was like 5, I don't really remember the thing.
That's a really good movie. I really like. I was just thinking the paint the colors of. Can you paint
Colors
the
of
colors
the-
of the wind?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Fire.
I like Disney, everything, but I really don't remember anything. And I also
Really?
like, there's a lot of movies. I wasn't a big movie kid.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Because
was a
by
big
7th
movie
grade,
kid.
all my free time was spent studying. I've got
Crazy
ruined
girl.
young.
You're crazy. Alright, by 7th grade, I was not studying.
Yeah, I was ruined young. But not ruined. Education is very good, which
Education's
I do have
great.
a life hack that I might share with you guys later.
Speaking of, laziness as, what did you say? Laziness as a,
Birthing innovation.
laziness is birthing innovation. Our generation doesn't have hobbies, and that's one of our topics for today. And I'm like,
We do.
We have hobbies now. I do think it's from our phones. Like, I genuinely think that. I think that a bunch of parents are always saying, like, oh, your phones are ruining you. And every generation has something that was supposed to ruin them, right? It was supposed to be, you know, Elvis and rock, and it was supposed to be video games, and it was supposed to be, like, movies and television and TV shows, and all of these things were supposed to ruin that generation. And they didn't. But
I think we just hate people and we think people are ruined right off the bat, and so we're looking for excuses to say that.
that's possible. But I also do feel like our phones definitely aren't helping.
Oh.
Like, I feel like at least with all those other things, like, here's the thing. With video games, right? Are video games necessary? Not really. And, like, whether or not they're making you violent, like, playing a video game for 6 hours straight isn't good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're not making humans violent, but that's just not good for you.
Yeah.
And so I do think that's, like, the same with phones. Like, are phones necessarily making kids, like, depressed or anxious?
Yeah. But sitting on a phone looking at that light for that long is probably not good.
It's probably not good for you. And, like, is the phone itself doing that, or is the environment created by the phone doing that? You know what I mean?
But
Like,
also, if you're looking at, you know, TikToks about
If you're looking at-
eating disorders, and
yeah,
stuff
right,
that, like,
100%.
there's a lot of things that obviously eating disorder awareness is necessary, but stuff that elicits.
Yeah, but stuff that promotes
Yeah.
negative feelings about yourself, or, like, you know, you're watching all these people who you go to school with hang out together and you're feeling excluded,
Yeah.
and you watch all these girls who are like 20 and you're a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And you're like, why don't I look like that? Because you're 13. And so I do think, like...
We didn't look like this at 13, sweetheart.
I did.
Okay. Fire.
Sorry. No,
I did not.
I didn't. I had a lot of acne, and my hair was so greasy when I was 13.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was necessary.
I think I'm still growing, too.
You think so? That's optimistic.
But it would be nice.
But I do think that the use of technology, and specifically phones, is leading our generation to have no hobbies.
I agree.
Because I think every time we have a spare hour, right, we're exhausted from school or work or whatever it may be, just anxiety. And so we would rather sit on the couch or our bed and like scroll on TikTok or go on Instagram for an hour instead of doing something like read a book or sketch or go for a walk or go for a run.
But you also think that like work is exhausting us in other ways where we need something else to fill that break? Like, I mean, obviously we could go hang out with friends for like, a break and stuff. But do you think that there's some sort of like we're overworked in schools where something like where the ratio is off from the past, whereas like we need something to just stimulate our brains in a relaxing way, and like sometimes socializing is a little much.
I think maybe it's a chicken and egg. Like I think the work ratio is off, but I think maybe that's also because we've forgotten how to prioritize things that are actually refreshing.
I do think that it definitely came first though.
In the chicken and egg situation?
100%. Yeah, I don't know how the evolution happened, obviously. I'm not...
Well, when you think about human evolution, right?
Nor would I want to be.
No, don't be him.
No, I don't want to be.
Yeah, good.
But, you know.
But no, I mean, when you think about it in human evolution, right? Like, the human, like, baby didn't come before
exactly
grown human. Like, the...
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's a bad example, maybe.
No, I gotcha.
But yeah. If nobody else got me, Tate got me.
Always.
But yeah, I don't think, and like I think that's a valid thing to say. Like we feel so drained by the environments we're in that we need like a more severe form of escapism.
Yeah.
But then I also feel like we're escaping our lives so much.
Yes. No,
to the point that we don't feel fulfilled by the things we do in real life anymore.
Absolutely not.
Like, cause think about it. Like I feel like you used to be able to go to work, right, and like have good relationships and like strong relationships with people you worked with. Mm-hmm. Like my parents and grandparents, like they would be best friends with people they worked with, right? Because those are people they saw every day, and that's like not a dynamic we have anymore.
I'm very close with the fact that I have a virtual internship and I'm very close with my coworkers.
Great.
It's great. Like I have one coworker coming this Thursday and she's sleeping over here.
That's so
I've
nice.
never met her.
Yeah.
Because we've only spoken virtually. And I have another friend. He's like my work husband, you know? And
Hope he doesn't do this.
He wouldn't know. And he's like, oh, I might be like in town at some point, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, let's go get a coffee.
Yeah.
Drink coffee, but
it's okay. A little tea.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Depends the relationships. Maybe it's because I don't see them.
But maybe, do you think that's a possibility? Do you think it's actually easier for our generation to form relationships in non-in-person ways?
Probably.
And like we feel more comfortable and at home with that? Because like that's an interesting thing that like you would think if not in person you wouldn't be as close to them, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, like you're not in person and you've actually made like good relationships with people.
Mm-hmm. I also think it's because we've gone through war together.
Yeah, that's true. They have trauma bonded.
Severely.
Yeah, that's realistic.
So that's definitely part of it.
Yeah, but I do think we need hobbies. I think like,
yeah.
And I think it's also so interesting because I saw this thing that said our generation experiences being overwhelmed and not boredom when other generations used to experience boredom.
Yes.
And like I think that's really interesting because I do think that's true. I think we're so overstimulated and constantly finding ways of escapism that are like so strong, like things like, you know, like social media and like our phones, that instead of like appropriately using it to the form where we're like satisfied and withdrawn from whatever's stressing us out, we just get overwhelmed and overstimulated with what we're doing to ourselves.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
whereas like boredom's good for you. Like the fact that our generation practices mindfulness is so interesting because other generations didn't do that. Other generations didn't need to practice mindfulness. The 80s kids, they didn't need to practice mindfulness. They were bored out of their fucking mind.
Yeah.
So like, that's just so interesting. But I do think we need to low-key put the phones down for a little while.
I definitely agree.
I think our generation's actually low-key going there though. I think we're turning in that because a lot of people, at least our age, like college age, when I talk to, are like, yeah, my phone's killing me.
I think we all recognize it, but we're also too addicted to stop.
But I think recognizing it is the first step, you know?
Yeah.
Because I also think it's hard when not everybody around you is stopping. I think if we ever get to a point where our social circles can put it down. That's what I mean. It's our only form of communicating. It's hard to live life at this point without our phones. But I feel like if we got to a point where our social circles, where everyone we actually cared about, just like stopped really using them for anything but like essential needs, like they're lost and they need a map, I think we could really do it. Because I don't think I don't think they're that necessary. But like I do find myself like being stressed or being overwhelmed with a task, and instead of like taking a break and just like sitting and breathing for a second or like journaling, I'll like go on my phone. Like how is that helping?
Yeah.
How is that helping me? Like how is looking at pictures of people I don't know or do know helping me be less stressed?
That's a good point. I think that it. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
I think it can also contribute to another topic we had, which was like wanting to live a million lives.
Yeah.
Like back in the day when, you know, ancient Greece, people used to be like, oh, you know, Tate, astronomer, philosopher, mathematician, physician.
Yes.
Today I'm like Tate, student.
Yeah,
Tate,
Tate student. Occupation,
you know,
student.
Like people just have one thing now, and like that's kind of annoying because you have to settle on one thing. Like I would love to be a video editor. I would love to be you know, philosopher or a professional ice cream tester.
Period. But she brought that up.
I did.
It was fire. But no, I agree. I also think it takes us so long to become a profession nowadays.
Yes.
Which, like, I understand it's becoming more specialized in a way, so it's a good thing. But also, I mean, the fact that we're, like, I'm a poli-sci major. What the hell job is that? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm pre-med. It's not like I'm an architecture major. I'm poli-sci. Like, there's no specific job that actually conforms with that. And it takes me 4 years to get that degree.
Yeah.
And that's after high school. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy because, like, I mean, back then you used to be able to do apprenticeships, right? So you were like 13, not supporting child labor. You were like 13 and you were working under, you know, philosophers or architects or mathematicians or whatever. I mean, farmers or, you know, blacksmiths. And you were getting an education on how to do that thing. And then you could do it when you were like 16.
Yeah. So maybe the education system isn't the most effective way to teach us.
Yeah.
So maybe there are some adverse effects.
Maybe there are some adverse effects of education, I think is what we might title this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But also, building off the major, I kind of think I did pick like a weird modern variation of having multiple things. Now I think
You did!
I'm a Clegg major.
Which, for most of you guys, don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah.
Sounds like you have something stuck in your throat. Thank you very much. It's communications, legal institutions, economics, and government. And I'm an international studies minor and a master's in terrorism and homeland security policy. So
Kate hates herself.
I cover many different, you know.
Yeah, so it's low-key you are doing that. Low-key you are
modern.
Tate, the communications lawyer, economist.
Will I have a job out of college? Unlikely.
I was thinking about that. How the fuck do I apply for jobs as a poli-sci major? Like, what are your qualifications? I know how the government works. Like,
yeah.
What are your qualifications?
Law. I feel like law is the natural segue.
That is the natural. That's what I'm gonna do.
I couldn't do law. That's why
I think I could. I was doing like LSAT practice logic things. Anyway, guys, this is what we're working with right now.
I think.
Okay, so we got it out of the oven. Voila. For our French viewers. Of which there are multiple. We are here sipping, about to eat.
Yeah.
Our next topic of conversation, weddings.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, it's one that we've talked about many times before. And also it's kind of fitting because our brownie is quite cake-like. Should we let it cool a little more or should we cut it? Yeah,
I say just cut it.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna dig in. Should I try to
You could try slices.
Okay, let me try to
Yeah. So weddings.
Yes.
That's fun. I would love to do a cake sampler just because.
Me too. Tate and I have spoken about this, and when we're each other's best womans. Is that what?
Yeah.
Maid of honor.
No, that's
She said yes so confidently.
I was like, yeah. Why not?
Each other's maids of honor.
We could be
We're
both.
gonna go on the cake testing together.
Yes.
Not our husbands, just us.
No, but like we could do that now though too. Is the thing.
I think we should have let it go.
Wait, should we do the Zoom?
Anyways.
It's fine. There's already plastic or whatever in the applesauce,
Yeah,
So, like-
as they've told
so
us.
like, we should be fine. In like doubling down.
I want an outdoor wedding very specifically. I do not want to get married in the winter. I see absolutely no point in that.
We could get her.
I already know the shape of the dress I want, but I can't tell you here because if my boyfriend sees it, then he'll know.
Which she will, because he'll be watching.
Because he'll be watching because he's a real fan.
And she is taken. Sorry, fellas.
Sorry, gentlemen. But I do want like a spring or early summer wedding. Tate's butchered our brownie for those of you who can't see right now. I also really mess with the idea of a red velvet. Okay. I also really mess with the idea of a red velvet wedding cake, which is a little bit not super traditional, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big red velvet girly. Like I would obviously it's cake. Any cake is better than no cake. But I like vanilla cake, vanilla frosting. Ooh, cookies and cream cake for a wedding.
For a
cake?
wedding?
100%. I could get behind that.
I know
Just
you
like
could.
Oreos, but like imagine like it could even just be vanilla cake with like Oreo filling and
Yeah,
stuff.
this is
you
quite
know?
good. It's quite hot.
I could do that for a wedding.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice. It's hot though. Rate it out of 10.
No, it's good though.
It's quite good. It's really settling a craving.
It's interesting.
It's very cakey.
Very. I'm gonna go with like 7.5. It's good because it's chocolate, so like it gets extra points. But I'm not really sure what.
The nuts definitely
I don't
added.
know.
Like the nuts were a fire idea from you. I think it's also, I give it like, for what it is, a box brownie, applesauce supplement.
Applesauce, yeah.
I do think it's pretty good.
Mhm.
I think it's like, yes, a 7.5. I think that's fair. Do you want a bigger honeymoon or a bigger wedding? Like if you had to budget, right? And like you could split it, you had to split it unevenly.
Yeah.
What would you rather do, like more extravagantly?
Probably a bigger wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Because bigger party,
Mm-hmm.
cooler place, that's fun. Like a honeymoon's great and all, but shouldn't every day feel like a honeymoon if you're marrying the right person?
I made no sounds when I snapped there at all.
Also, depending on where I'm living, I might not want to travel. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm living in some grand estate
Yeah.
off in the Scottish plains,
As she plans to do.
yeah, maybe I would just not want to go anywhere else.
That's true. Also, I will say it's a lot easier, I feel like, to find ways to do cheap travel.
Mm-hmm.
Or like cheaper travel, like budget cuts on a honeymoon than it is to do budget cuts for a wedding.
Yeah.
Like, because weddings are such like up-priced things that it's really hard to find cost-effective ways to do like the venue, right? Like you're not finding a cheap venue really. So like, but like there are ways to do like cheaper versions of a honeymoon. Where it's still really fun. Okay, fair enough. I kind of agree with that. Small wedding, big wedding. I kind of already know the answer to this, I feel.
Well, I don't really know.
Right.
It depends where my anxiety's at by then, in all honesty.
I want a small wedding. Like,
I think big wedding.
really? Didn't expect that from you.
Well, because people will be distracted. You know?
What do you mean by that?
Like in a reception, like you know what Gatsby said something about big parties are more intimate, but also like depth because you're focused on other people and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could be living my life, living La Vida Loca, and like no one's gonna be like, oh, she's acting a little funny. Which in reality, everyone invited to my wedding should not be
Right.
critiquing me.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
But they do.
I want people to be able to like enjoy it and like focus on their own things. Like I don't want to be the center of attention. And I feel like if it's a small one, I'm gonna be the center of attention.
Part of my reason that I want a small one, not is for the center of attention thing, although maybe it is. No, but it's for like I want to have people who I feel really, really supported by there. So I don't want, because like the anxiety thing, like I feel like I would be really anxious about this all, right? So I'd want people that not only I can like ensure are coming, you know what I mean? But like also like that I know like definitely have like my best thoughts at hand and like
That's a good
just
point.
super excited to be there for me instead of like maybe some like randos or like plus ones who like don't really give a fuck.
Yeah. See, I would like that because I
Yeah.
would like to be a rando. Like, I'd love to crash a wedding. And
I would
just-
crash a wedding. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be the bride whose wedding gets crashed.
I totally would. I'd be like, new friends, guys, come on. Fish or steak.
That's so
like,
fair. That's so fair. Fish
Yeah.
or steak. Engagement ring styles?
I have no clue.
Really? Well, you're a gold girl, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
But-
I'm a gold girl.
I don't know. Like, if I saw one, like, I would be like, oh, I like this, I don't like this, but like, I don't have a specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a square cut or rectangle cut, whatever you want to call it, diamond thick band. I want it embedded with preferably two-ish rare stones. I'm thinking like emerald, ruby. What's the blue one?
No idea.
Blue one. I'm thinking something like that. And that's what I
Take
want.
notes,
Take
Austin.
notes. Or I don't mind pearl action either. Maybe like a pearl stick
That's pretty.
piece. Yeah, I like pearls a lot. But yeah. But I don't want it to be just a diamond because at first I didn't want it to be diamond at all. And I was like, I want it to be like a different ring. But then I was like, it's not gonna feel like an engagement ring. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like it'd be really badass too to have like my engagement ring and then like years down the line to have like some sort of like fancy like special stone ring that's like our 50th anniversary present or something like that.
Or,
Yeah, spit on
in my
it.
registry, I have a set of Dior rings. Stunning. So when I marry into a highly wealthy family,
Yes.
I guess Scottish if that's where I'm going.
Yeah, apparently.
Then like, I guess my father-in-law, or like, maybe in the family, maybe my husband's grandmother had some, you know, very fancy, exotic something ring. So I could take that ring and I'll be like, husband, why don't you just get me these cheap period. It's all relative.
It is.
Dior rings. You know? I'll just take the family heirloom.
No
Cross that off
worries.
the list. Beautiful.
I love that.
Ba-da-ba-ba-boo, ba-da-ba-ba-boo. Eat and serve!